And welcome back to SnowFox Show. I'm a wonderful SnowFox, and we are continuing Mamiya with FallDown here. See, I remember which one it is now. And we're playing Minato's story. So, from the last one, we found out that he might be suffering from some identity issues here. Or they, I suppose, but yeah. We'll sort it out at some point. Before long, I ended up drifting to sleep. I did drift to sleep at some point today. I just passed out at some point. So I stayed up till like 8 a.m. and I had to wake up like early. Well, early for me, not early compared to people. Good morning, Well, I was in the room instantly glued to me in the moment I walked in. Oh, right, because let me just remember what's happening here. They had the picture of him on, I'm just going to say him just for the sake of just simplicity for the actual storytelling. That's going to say they put him on the idol picture, which is making them uncomfortable because they may be identifying as a female. Because they had the female clothing and such, so. Typical Japanese, just actually use the names, way simpler. Huh? Puzzled, I headed for my desk. The photos I found glued to it. They glued it to the desk? Come on. What a dick move. His classmates really suck. Made my very blood freeze in my veins. Exclaim. One picture showed me in a skimpy swimsuit. This I understand this is supposed to be bullying, but like this isn't even like overly mean bullying. They seem to like be putting like them in like attractive like pictures. Come on guys, get your bullying together. Another one had me pushing at my breast in a sensual manner. See, that's getting worse. See, there we go. There was even a photo of me spreading my legs apart. See, that's how you properly bully guys. There you go. I'm not clicking on the screen first. I have to get rid of them quickly. I tried tearing them off, but my hands were shaking too much. Are these people not getting in trouble for gluing stuff to my desk? Like, ugh, what a pain. That would be awful to get off. I tried tearing them off, my hands were shaking too much. Adding insult to injury, when I attempted to peel away the transparent tape, it tore before it could reach the picture. I'm still warming up today, guys. Sorry, we'll become more like fluent with our reading. The class went on uninterrupted, with all the other students remaining fairly indifferent to my desperate struggles. What if just no one cared? It's just like two kids, just like glued. Everyone's like, whatever. Then again, even if I did manage to rip the photos, there was no way I could actually pay attention to the teacher, not after this. The very thought of having to sit in one place for a whole hour without saying anything felt like borderline torture. Even in this very moment, there were people texting mean things about me. How do you know that? Do you see the text? Or it's just them snickering and like staring at you, I guess? Others no doubt snickered as they watched me panic. Like, is the teacher not interjecting in this? Be like, hey, there seems to be a bunch of stuff on this. Why don't we get you off that desk? Like, god damn it. They completely rejected everything that made me who I was. Terrible bullying. And since I forgot the beginning here, if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. We have to get subscribers somehow, and if I don't keep pushing for it, it'll never happen. And as far as I can tell for this actual episode here, this should go to the end of Minato's story based on the other like 2 parts that I've done here. I wasn't just imagining things. Even now they... Please, stop it already. I'm not like the others. Look, I'm sorry, it's my fault, so please. Please stop. Exclaim. I don't know what the ha is supposed to be. I assume it's supposed to be like this. Well, it might be... I thought they said it was like heavy breathing. Whatever. It was all a dream. I can feel my heart jackhammering in my chest. Fat and beads of sweat trickled down my forehead. It's still 3 in the morning. Under normal circumstances, I wouldn't be awake at a time like this. But I fell back asleep now. I might end up having that dream again. Sorry, was that a dream? Is he dreaming that he has, like, just, like, inefficient boys? Even though it was December, I could hear the rain pattering against the window. It was almost like someone was telling me I had nowhere to run. Sorry, yeah, it did tell me that, like, he was going to bed, right? I checked my phone for the first time since the incident. I missed a whole bunch of calls from Morchka. My eyes began to tear up. I wanted to... Oh, does he like Morchka? Ooh. I cannot get these pronouns correct. Just be neutral for everyone. That's all we have to do. But even if I did that now... God, I'm so pathetic. The possibility of getting even more hurt than I've already been terrifies me to my core. While the rest of the world was fast asleep. I sat there in the darkness, clutching my phone. So just for a quick second, I was like, wait, am I actually capturing the video? I'm like, oh, the better not have been like a blank screen this whole time. Sojo. Oh. Good morning. Hello, classmate C. That's exactly the face. That is perfect. Just like fucking classic C. Come on, what's wrong? You look bummed out. Good morning. Ouch, damn, your punch is hurt like hell. Would it kill you to hold a bit back? I think that was supposed to be less friendly than I made it. You seem to have straightened things out with the others. After exchanging all the usual greetings with my classmates, I managed to continue my school life like nothing had happened. Oh, see, it's not even a big deal. See, I don't even care. Hey, Tojo, take a look at this. Huh? What is it? The smartphone was showing it that a trans celebrity I saw on TV the other day. The people on screen seemed to be in the middle of a heated discussion. My heart skipped a beat. The conversation with Mamiya somehow leaked to the pod. Mamiya doesn't exist, Minato. I don't know how to tell you this. They all don't exist. Mamiyas are fictional. Why are you showing me this? We're seeing more and more of these kinds of people lately, but I don't know how I feel about it, honestly. Probably that it doesn't affect you, and that you can just live your day normally. Classmate A. What time period is this again? I'm still unclear, because they seem to have smartphones. Hey Tosho. You agree with us, don't you? Ooh. Can I have no opinion on that? Because there's literally just no opinion. Everyone's eyes were fixed on me. The first thought that came to my mind was that they were testing me. Like how people were forced to step on an image of Christ all those years ago. I have no idea what that's referencing. What is that referencing? My history's bad. Sorry guys. I'm letting everyone down. They wanted to clear undeniable proof that I wasn't one of them. I think they're taking this like greatly out of like proportion. That they're just like, hey, what's your opinion on this? Seems to be a lot of those people lately. He's like, what do you mean those people? He's like, what? Even now they continue to judge me. Yeah, I can't say I'm a huge fan either. They're just a bunch of weirdos. You think so too? Man, I knew you would. Why am I friends with these people? His classmates suck. Rio hadn't showed up yet. I just wanted to go home. I left the classroom in a hurry as soon as the class was over and headed for the bathroom. I wanted to be alone, it didn't matter where. I slipped into a toilet stall and waited for my breathing to even out. It wasn't like they said all those things directly to me, but the sheer knowledge that people like that existed, and I was forced to say things I didn't mean. I mean, you really weren't forced. Like, you might have been ridiculed a little bit, but if they're remotely your friends, they should have been fine. Torn at my heart like a dagger. I found myself drowning in a whirlpool of pain, sadness, and frustration. It's okay. I'm fine. I've got to keep this up. I've grown. Reading. My strong suit. I can't allow myself to cry. I mean, I'm a man. Are you the... I opened the stall once and finally managed to calm down. Finding no one in the room, I heaved a sigh of genuine relief. I ran cold water on my hands, which helped to further soothe my nerves. I had always believed I was jinxed. Well, because that's a grounding technique, having the cold shock. There you go. Good job, Minato. You know what you're doing. Even now, I clung desperately to that idea. Please, stop that. It was like a really raspy, watery sound. I'm like, that is a lot louder than I thought it would. I looked into the mirror, meeting eyes with my own reflection. Can we come? Thank you. I'm like, can we turn that sink off? The rugged, exhausted face looked back at me. It seemed almost like a complete stranger. Turning off the tap, I let out a self-deriding chuckle. Deriding? But just as I was about to leave. You still haven't given up yet? I turned around, but saw no one else in the room with me. Is it Mamiya? My forehead moistened with a sweat as a familiar laugh rang out all around me. I attempted to flee, but... Who is this? Who is this? Who is this? Hello there, Minato. All of a sudden, my... Oh! That's why I can't figure out who the character here is. All of a sudden, my reflection leaned out of the mirror with a twisted smile. Huh? Why am I... You? Well, it's uncalled for. It's the other way around, Minato. You look like me. The strange being addressed me in a tone that sounded both masculine and feminine. The voice filled my ears. You're putting yourself in a half-assed position as usual. Even after all that's happened. It's like, is anyone else seeing this? I felt like I was drowning in some strange membrane. I was scared. No matter how much I tried to scream and cry, the waves drowned everything out. I was scared. Terrified beyond words. You're a man. See, we got it right the first time. I understand this is whole like a self like it's supposed to be like an internal conversation because he's like projecting the image. He's talking to himself. Yeah, there we go. Stop it. I'm following what you're doing, story. So Rio's like, man, there's two people there, huh? That was weird. Minato? Yeah. Rio? You okay? What do you mean? You were lying on the floor. Oh, I'm fine. Maybe a little anemic. That's all. I've been living on convenience store food these past few days, so it's possible I'm short on nutrients. Minato? How's Midori doing anyway? Has she grown anyway? Has she grown anyway? You know, tripping out the words in the situation is perfect. She did a little bit. Seems like you're trying to change the conversation. That's great. They say girls grow up fast, so don't come crying. So don't come crying to me when she suddenly brings home a boyfriend. Come on, don't give me that face. Anyway, I gotta go. See you. Hold on. Oh. This is just like random gibberish. Rio. So it's Rio. The roof had yet to dry up after yesterday's heavy rainfall. I felt my cardigan absorb some of the moisture. I leaned against the fence. I couldn't reveal it to anyone. I didn't want to reveal any more of myself to other people. I only ended up getting hurt. I'm cold. So cold. Lips were trembling, had grown purple from the cold. That didn't stop me from touching them to the metal railing. You're gonna freeze yourself to that, buddy. Come on. My brain could no longer process anything in this cold. Then go inside! I can't take this anymore. Minato, I know we're on a roof, and I know we're doing like a whole series story. But don't. My shoulders felt heavy. The air was torturously cold. Yeah, I couldn't muster the strength to move away. I ended up coming all the way here without even realizing it. It's a place I supposedly abhorred. Abhorred? Abhorred. I would say abhorred. The sound of the river felt almost deafening to my ears. Well, it's actually not deafening compared to that sink, but you know. There's no doubt the result of yesterday's rain. The river had carried all sorts of dirt and mud along with it. Even the water level had risen. I lived in town where this river flowed. Good observation, Minato. Minato. Mamiya stood on top of the bridge, waiting for me. All of a sudden, he extended a gloved hand. I guess it's he for like this one. Like this one has always looked incredibly feminine to me. It was a tiny, delicate, even smaller than mine. See? He's literally like, oh yes, he, Minato, the boy over here, who looks nothing but feminine. Like, they're clearly just in denial. I gave him a troubled look, but neither of us spoke. As usual, gas mask provide. I'm like, yes, he has a, like, Mami has a lot of Psycho Mantis vibes here, but like, please, why does he not question the gas mask? As usual, the gas mask prevented me from disconcerting his expression. Discerning, not disconcerting. Two very different meanings there. I hesitated. The river continued to flow. A humid breeze drifted between us. Nonetheless, I stepped forward and took his hand. Ah. As I did, he pulled me into his embrace, upsetting my balance. Mamiya, what are you... Do we get, like, a nice picture? We do get a nice picture. Yay! I mean, I don't think that would be super comfortable having, like, the gas mask, like, you know, jabbing into your chest, but... Mami hugged me tight with his small, delicate arms. With his small, delicate, almost feminine arms, I would say. He began gently stroking my back. They can express their whatever gender they're. I don't care, but like it's so funny to me that it keeps people like, oh yeah, this boy Mami. I'm like, I have not once would have guessed that. The moment of the head was precise and rhythmic, like that of a metronome, and then it hit me. I had once known this gentleman. Wait, what? Never continued to flow, being as noisy as ever. I'm here for you. Dark clouds hung heavy in the sky. You can rely on me. Minato. Within that deafening cacophony of sounds, Mamiya and I felt like the only sane people left in the world. I mean, you literally have another friend you've been hanging out with who's a little crazy. Sorry, I choked up. Well, this one. I finally rose from the depths of my throat, was a sob. Mami continued rhythmically stroking my back. I love you. At the long last, relief washed over me like a wave. The heavy weight of the heart seemed to lighten just a little. So this Mamiya is just supposed to be acceptance then? Is that what it's supposed to be? So what were the other Mamiyas? The other Mamiya was like taking care of yourself and like... Because one was a nurse, one was an invisible dream. And this one is kind of like acceptance type deal. This whole Mamiya thing is very strange. Like, I don't know what the word... I don't actually know what Mamiya actually means, but like, it's... Whatever, we'll continue. Minato. Mamiya. Standing in the middle of the bridge, we locked ourselves, tight embrace. Who? Ah, you're home already? Midori turned away from the 5 o'clock children's program to give me a brief look. What is happening here? On TV, a group of cheerful cartoon characters were singing a song. The memory of watching something similar during my childhood filled me with an odd sense of relief. I'm sorry, Midori. You should at least stay for dinner. I do appreciate the sentiment, but it's definitely hard to say no to your cooking, but... I actually have something planned, so... I see. I know they mentioned Midori, but like I didn't think they'd be a tiny child. See you later, Minato. You can come over whenever you feel like. Thanks, Ryu. And Midori too. He looks so happy. Yeah, smile suits him way better anyway. Makes me happy when he's happy. Me too, Midori. Back, Mamiya. Welcome home, Minato. Just the suit with the bow tie is so goofy. Give us a moment, I'll just fix something for dinner right away. You literally just stepped through the door, at least take time to catch your breath. No way, I want you to try my cooking as soon as possible. So, how's it, Mamiya? Your gyoza's still the best. I'm glad to hear that. Once we had dinner, I went to wash the dishes. As one does after dinner. Do you need help, Minato? No need, thanks. Feel free just to relax on the couch, Mamiya. There's no point in doing it without you. Haha, you really are something else. You know that? No? Deep down I think I've always known. No matter how hard I try, I'll never be like the others. I thought that I was handling pretty well, but things went wrong soon enough. We got along so well. On some level, I thought they might have been accepting me if I confessed everything. I really did. that just reminds me of the, what was it, I think it was a College Humor sketch, where they're just like, the person like doing the coming out thing. It was the coming out in, I forget what year it was, but it was like, they were like, I'm gay or something, they're like, okay. And just no one would care. That's all the magic with the Minato one, is just like, everyone's like, okay, and? So, I know, like, he's worried that everyone will think he's, like, homosexual, but I'm like, are you, though? Because this is a whole identity thing. I don't know if they're identifying as a female here. It's kind of strange. But I suppose I was naive to think that. In their minds, I was somehow... In my minds, I was now someone they did... Try that again. In their minds, I was now someone they'd rather not even try to understand. It's not they're not trying to understand you, as far as I can tell. Well, then again, knowing classmate A and classmate C, they probably are awful, but... Minato. You see, I just like pretty things. When Miller left the house, I put on her lipstick and pearl earrings. Pearls, ugh. I've never liked pearls, they're so ugly. Like, that's like the one, like, gem. Well, it's not a gem, the jewelry type thing. I'm like, it's so ugly, why would you want I just loved how pretty they looked, even when I was little. At first, I was satisfied just to look at them, but one day, my curiosity got the better of me. I began to wonder if I could also become beautiful like that. The children's song from the cartoon Midori was watching pierced into my heart. What was the song? Its hoarse voice rummaged. Piano, calm down, this isn't that serious. Through the memories. Spreading pain with every new word. I began loudly singing while washing the dishes. Although I did have desperation, I still continued with a smile. My hands started moving more vigorously, splashing foam on my clothes and face, but I didn't care one bit. You're messing it up, Minato. It's more fun this way. Though fun, all this little game did was leave me a messy kitchen and some dirty clothes. This is definitely like the most like of an actual like kind of issue they're trying to address. Well, not issue, kind of like mental dilemma they're trying to address. That's a better wording. Because like the other ones, like the guy just, as far as I could tell, for the first story, he was just actually insane. But like this one's like an actual like little like dilemma. Minato. All these pictures are really nice. Even with like the actual, they have like the dust even like on it. It's really nice. Or it's my computer just being really dusty. No one else can see it, but yeah. What's it, Mamiya? Two of us stood alone in the kitchen with only a few floating, soap bubbles disturbing the stillness. I think you're plenty beautiful the way you are. I mean, he was definitely the pretty boy character, like, on the front. Like, of all the characters, he's in the most, like, actual, like, pretty boy one. I think you're plenty beautiful the way you are. So just be yourself. Love you the way you are. You're lying. I love you. Look, I know you're just a figment of my... Someone's onto it! He's like, this floating boy in a gas mask, he might not be real. I know you're just a figment of my imagination. I must occur to you when I finally fell off the deep end. Look at me, Minato. Even if you say you love me, your confession feels hollow. You're just a hallucination. I'm not, though. Wait, is Mamiya actually real? That'd be the twist here. Mamiya's just actually real. You're lying. And who's that guy we keep seeing at the end, where like the figure where he gets like your world's been connected? They pulled a whole Kingdom Hearts nonsense. I'm not. I can do anything for you. He's like, I'll prove not real. Just stabs his classmate. His words brought my blood to a boil. You claim to love me. You're saying you'd do anything for me. Don't make me laugh. You didn't do anything. You didn't. Well, I mean, Mamiya literally said he'd kill someone earlier in this, but yeah. You didn't save me. Minato. Go on then. Fix this if you can. I took out the cassette tape from my bag. Let me listen to that song again. See? You can't do it. You just convenient delusion. Nothing more. Okay, I'll do it. Mommy's like getting real sick of their shit. He's like, I'll fix your thing then. I'll prove I'm real. Mom responded to my demand like I'd just asked for the simplest, most responsible thing in the world. Reasonable thing, not responsible. Reasonable! He pulled out a conductor's baton and slightly tapped the tape with it. Dee-bee-do-dee-bee-do. It should work now. Didn't he say that before? I thought Mommy already said it should work. No, it can't have been that easy. I did tell you it was a special magic spell. You do anything for those you love. That can't be true. Test it, then. See if I'm right or not. I inhaled a deep breath, set the cassette tape in my player resting on the floor. Still somewhat hesitant, I gently slid on a pair of headphones into my ear. Earphones into my ears. Not headphones. I just instinctually read that as headphones, huh? Because I'm wearing headphones, so. Into my ears and push the play button. Huh? How did you... It works. Mommy, it works. I was like, I just said this. The digital hum of a song poured forth from the cassette player. A song I have recorded with a person I used to love. Being musically talented, he just made it up on the spot. The low voice of a young man immediately with a boy's high soprano. That is not a boy singing, I hate to inform you. That is 100% a female singer. Like, that's not even... Like, well, presuming this is supposed to be the same song. Just began rolling down my sheets. I've wanted to listen to this for so long. Oh, there's the boy. This is kind of a right song. Ah. There's the boy singing. See, we just didn't actually get to the part yet. As the harsh winter sky hung above, the dried leaves danced in the wind. I stood on the couch and sang along with the familiar cassette player. It was certainly a little embarrassing, even more so because I wasn't exactly the best singer, but still. It was one of the fondest memories of my life. I'm pretty okay at singing. I was happy. The boy's voice coming from the earphones actually sounded a lot better than I had remembered. I too joined the song. I sang the whole thing through. Even after all these years, the lyrics had still remained fresh in my mind. He was responsible for the chorus in the middle. The gentle low voice that I imagined time and again in my mind. Is it Matsume? What's the guy who died? Is it Matsume? Natsume. Not Matsume. That's not a real name. Probably the real name's Linnaby. I love how it turns slightly higher pitched whenever I keep saying. Yeah, so is it Matsume then? Natsume! Oh my god, please, say the name right. SnowFox, please. Yeah, so it could be Natsume, because he's saying someone that like you used to love that's like gone now. Just the music alone, I could tell her eyes had met. This was the single most important thing in my life. Something I would treasure till the day I died. It's actually kind of a nice song. I know I was dunking on a little bit like earlier, but it's actually pretty nice. Thank you, Mamiya. Thank you so much. I told you, I have your back. That I always be by your side. After that, I ended up playing a song more times than I could count. Calm down. Calm down. Be-a-da-boo. 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 You know, you sound crazier if you keep just repeating like that. As soon as I edited, I rewound the tape and played it again from the beginning. Well, actually, if it's cassette player, this is going to be... you just tell what the time period is because they're using cassette players. There you go. But then again, Japan's also like kind of stuck in the past technology-wise. They like the old like technologies, so it's kind of hard to tell. This could be like a 90s like kind of like setting. A magical cassette tape held my undivided attention. I was completely enraptured. I knew that if I stopped paying attention to it, I wouldn't be able to hold it together. I kept my earphones on when I walked into the classroom. Maybe indifferent to everyone's looks. I could focus on the music and nothing else. This is escapism if you've ever heard it. Mommy was protecting me. The cassette tape felt oddly warm to the touch. Hey! Hey! Take those damn things out. He's like, would you listen to me? It would be. You can have this. Washka handed me some warm cocoa. He kept one eye on me while gulping down the coffee. The hell happened to you, man? Come on, talk to me. Like, he's been ignoring him for a while. I'm sorry. Hey, not blaming you for anything. Can I drink this cocoa? Sure. Cutting to Morshika's sentence, I drew the cup of warm cocoa to my lips. The taste was difficult to tell. As I slowly looked at the side, my gaze met his. He widened his eyes, but waited for me to speak first. Just waiting. Morchika, I'd like to ask you a favor. Hmm? He actually smiled for once, as if he was trying his best to be considerate. Averting my gaze, I went on in a lower voice. Introduce me to some girls? Oh, sure, no problem, is that all? Relax, it'll go easy, especially for you. I know a babe or two that'd kill for... That's not what I meant. I want a girl who'd become sex friends with me. You said earlier that you knew a girl that was into guys like me? Hold up a sec, Dojo. I mean, we'd just be fooling around, you know? Everyone does it these days. Sorry, man, can't do it. Why? Because you're acting weird. Why? What's so weird about me? You're acting weird. Stop projecting. The rise of my voice started... That's not projecting. That's... I know my psychology. The rise in my voice startled a few nearby pigeons. The sound of flapping wings as they fled interrupted us for a few moments. I can do it. I mean, I want to. I want to have sex. Is that what this has all been about? Dojo. I can do it. I won't be. Morchika's like, what the hell are you talking about? Calm down, man. I've got to prove it. I mean, I'm a man. I can do it. I hung my head. My legs finally gave out, sending me to my knees. In the most manly way possible. Morchika didn't say a thing. I can suddenly feel something cold against the back of my neck as it began to snow. The gentle falling snowflakes draped our surroundings in a thin layer of white. You'll regret it. Morchika's voice descended upon me, along with the snow. It sounded hoarse. Almost like he was angry, or about to cry. I don't care. I need this. So much flashing. The falling snow enveloped me. What was I trying to prove here, and to whom? Ow, my eyes. What on earth was I fighting against? My entire body was a mess. I could barely recognize myself. Clearly you're trying to fight, you're trying to prove this to classmate A and classmate C, who you're actually, having an issue with. It made me wish that everything had ended on that snowy day. Things would have been easier that way. Please stop flashing. Please. Mamiya, please. We done? Done with the flashing? Cool. Ever since then, I cut out contact with Morchika. I stopped answering his calls and even blocked him on my phone. I didn't go to school either. It'd be yet another day of my parents not coming home from work. Does his parents just live at work? I know overworking's a problem in Japan as well, but like, come on, this is ridiculous. I held myself in my room, shut the curtains and listened to cassette tape. That was all I did. Those sinks are so loud. Water came to a boil. Whoosh. Its low rumble reminded me of the sound of an earthquake. But that river I couldn't stand. I have no context of what this is supposed to be. I kept punching the wall. Anger. There we go. Anger. Over and over again. My lips had long since lost all color from the amount of times I bit into them. Wouldn't it be more colorful from butting into them? If that doesn't kill them, it makes them red. I want to say about 20% of the dialogue of this entire visual novel thing is just saying ha 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 ah ha 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 in some form. The harness on the floor. Harness of the floor. What lay in the depths of the Antlion's nest. Antlion? I tried to read it as a Pokemon name first. The smell of a dead fish. A place where my heart could feel peace. I felt sleepy. Nothing had changed. I could no longer remember what my mom smelled like or how tall my dad was. Hey. I did it. I finally did it. That should be enough, right? Hey. Come on. Listen to me, jeez. I kept repeating it. I muttered to myself, almost like a state of delirium, as if nothing had happened. I knew I would fall apart otherwise, and I would no longer be able to maintain the delicate balance. I could protect that simple, mundane love. I couldn't protect myself. Mamiya, tell me, what would you do if the world came to an end tomorrow? It was a silly conversation starter, nothing more than a pointless small talk. Most would eat their favorite food, buy all the things they'd ever wanted, or spend the usual buy things they ever wanted. You would rob people if the world was ending, or spend a usual day with their families. It was only meant to make you realize what truly mattered in life, to make you appreciate your day just a tiny bit more. After all, no one had seen the world end yet. Supposedly that's going to happen, so music continued to play, like a flowing river. I thought you didn't like the flowing river. It's this character is so strange. I felt happiness. That's what people keep saying. They keep saying it's weird. He's like, it's because you think I'm feminine. They're like, no, you're just kind of a weird guy. I felt happiness slip through my fingers. Every new breath I drew was shorter than the last. Mamiya? Yes? Are you there? I am. You really did stay by my side until the very end. Supported me when no one else did, just like you promised. Are you done? Just a little more. I want to listen to it just for a little longer. I fill the bathtub. Is he going to drown himself? Don't drown yourself. Stop that. I'm just on edge that any character's going to kill themselves at like any moment. I started having it by instinct. I kept on repeating it over and over again. It was a tiny, delicate thing I tried desperately to protect. Yet having broken away from that, even that. Myself, well, he's now going to a bathtub. He was on a roof before. He was beside, like, he was on a bridge earlier. I'm like, you put yourself into a bunch of precarious situations for someone who seems very depressed. My soul now lingered in a limbo, with nowhere to go. The tape continued to play its most joyful, the joyful melody, from a time when you still couldn't tell if I was a boy or a girl. I wanted to meet the old self of mine one last time. And I did. I feel content. I'd feel content. Thank you, Mamiya. I'm satisfied. I was boy enough, wasn't I? You were. You became what you'd always wanted to be. I did. So, but does he want to be a boy then? I'm very confused of this story. Almost as confused as Minato is, apparently. It's all fine then. Let us go now, Minato. To the infinite... what? To the infinite trichilio where Mamiya waits. Mamiya? You are Mamiya. That sounds weird. And so, with no one around to pay me even the slightest bit of attention, the river continued to flow uninterrupted like it done every other day. Jumping into a river? Nope. That's... please. It's such a harsh sound. Oh, Debbie's drowning himself. Alright. Cool. Inside a dimly lit bathroom. You know, typically we don't go into bathrooms fully clothed with a cardigan and everything. Touching Minato's face looked beyond peaceful. Yet sharp contrast with his expression. The blood gushing from his wrist. Ah, yep, there it is. Painted the water a menacing hue of crimson. Why draw a bath, though? I picked up the cassette tape by the bathtub and put on the earbuds. After rewinding the tape until it clicked, I finally pressed the play button. See, we were waiting for this to happen. I'm like, please. All these very harsh sounds. What I heard was a sort of mess of noises. Hardly even deserving to be called a song. Tojo Minato, why? Attention, the door to institution has been unlocked. Press restart on the title screen. I see. I still don't know what that means. Oh, that one's quick. Alright, time for find out whatever that final one was. I hope it's Ryo. I would like to do like Ryo, because he seemed the most interesting of all the characters. Restart. Natsume died. We've been over this. I could just skip, or I could keep clicking through everything. I don't think anything's added any new context in any of the sentences, so. He looks really good dressed up, though. Like, he dresses up really well for, like, that, kind of, like, delinquent look. Same with Ryo. They all dress up pretty well. He's still wearing the cardigan! They're still wearing the cardigan, and they just, like, put, like, another coat over it. That's so many layers. Some episodes look at silence. We're all reminiscing about time to spend with them. I hope they are. Where would I sit? We're going to whatever the top option is. I take C on the right. Take C on the right. Let's sit next to you if you don't mind. Yeah, it's Ryo. Sure. I kept gazing at the flowers, far ahead, waiting for the summer to begin. Then came the coffin. Everyone around me muttered prayers in remembrance of Natsume. A chant played and the coffin was carried forward. Hearing the priest talk, all I could think about was its contents. A while later, consent, and he stood up, flowers coffin. Approached it. I think nothing of him. It's Ryo. We know all these people now. We know all of them. Is that pinkish? It looks kind of silver to me, but I'm horribly colorblind, so. His art style feels like a little off compared to the others, right? He's also really tall, he goes off the screen. Once the Chinese had set the flowers, the funeral came to a close with a few words addressed to the bereaved family. Surrounding hall, I casually look around or stay put? How do I continue? Do I look around? I think I look around, right? No one caught my attention. I chose to aimlessly wander and look around. Ah, I heard sobbing coming from my side. As I looked towards the source, my gaze met that of a student. Nope, nope, nope. Sorry, don't mind me. I already did this. Shift, I can have it. Not me, classmates. You're supposed to stay where we are. Whoops. I just have to load. Will this take me into that story again? Yes, I understand. I know all about Natsume. Well, I don't actually, but like, I know all about you. Let's take me to that story again, isn't it? God damn it. Yep. Alright. Get back. How do I go back? That's full screen options. Title. Let's try that again, shall we? Restart. Sorry, it's my first time playing it. I don't know how to actually go through these trees. I'm assuming Ryo has a story, or unless they combined it as like the one mode for those two. Man, Ryo's having a bad day. Like, it's his friend killed himself, he lost all his memories, and he gets kidnapped to a person's basement. Is Ryo the main character? Ryo feels like most like a main character of anyone. Skip. I can just click through it. Because the only option is Ryo left, so. And he seems to have not lost his memory. Do I get to learn how he lost his memory? That'd be fun. On the right. Taxi on the right. Hey Ryo, how you doing? Wait, what was the option that said like, do you have no regrets? I don't remember what that was. I think that was the second last option. I think nothing of you. I know all your characters. I figured staying put would be the right answer, but I figured I'd just try them in order, see what happens. Just in case there's the secret fifth character we just haven't met. I suppose there is, because there's whatever the weird man is. I stay put. As stood in place, I realized most people already left. Save for a few stragglers. I could turn back now. Should I really not talk to— wait. Should we not talk to any of them? Call it to someone, so don't move where I am. So that's everyone. There's no other options. Okay. I don't move. As I continued standing in place, I was soon left all alone. Yeah, this is new. I slowly approached the coffin. As my hand gingerly touched the lid, I heard a door open behind me. Ah, it was the secret fifth character. There we go. Pretty sure the funeral's already ended. Oh, I just wanted to see Natsume's face one last time. His seemingly unfamiliar voice made me squint. My first tremble of rage. Who are you? I deeply cherish those four, and I wanted them to be happy. They should have never met the fates like this. Did all of them die? So let me just pick that through again. Because Ryo ended up kidnapped in the person's basement, and then, as far as I could tell, the guy went insane in a dream, so presumably he killed himself. Then, what happened with Morchka? I'm trying to remember, because he dropped the snow globe. I don't remember him killing himself, though. I don't think they are dead. I guess in this case, maybe though. Fates like that. Or maybe he's saying they have an unfortunate end. And yet, everything went to hell because of Mamiya. Wait, is Mamiya the villain? Oh, he's been the villain all along. I turned around. What are you? The man smiled in lieu of an answer. Putting all my heart and soul into it, I shouted at the man standing near the entrance as loudly as I could. I'll ask again. Come on. Answer me. What the hell are you? Even so slowly, the man before me parted his lips to speak. Mamiya. Ah! I said we've reached the opening. Wait! Is the other character Natsume? One of these characters has to be Natsume, right? Just sit there. Just sit there. Okay, let's just. So there's the weird rabbit. There's our gas mask boy. There's the nurse. I don't remember the rabbit. Maybe that's the invisible one. Yeah, no, that's all our characters. Alright. And that's presumably Mamiya. I still don't know who the secret mystery man here is. The only other character could be is Natsume, I would guess. Are you telling me that Mamiya is the villain? I did not see that coming. I thought Mamiya was supposed to be the helpful thing. Well, I guess everything he's been doing has been like kind of. Okay, so what Mamiya's been doing is like leading into what their problems were, because he's kind of empowering the problems they had, like to kind of let it consume them. So I guess that makes sense that he'd be like the villain. I'll save them. I'll save all those that came to my fear. So it is Natsume. No matter what. I'm expecting great things. Natsume. So I rationed it out. Alright. To be continued. DownFall is a bit. What do you mean unlocked? Was that locked? I thought it gave you the option to do it. You may now select it by clicking restart on the title screen. Do I just click restart? Is that what I do here? Do we start it? Do we restart? But I'll take a quick peek at this, right? So I'm immensely curious. So we're done FallDown. No, we're DownFall. I have no idea where this is going now. What is this? I could barely hold the book. A combination of fear and anger were making my hand shake like crazy. Natsume? Wait, this is Natsume? Natsume, you look like 10 times older than all the other characters. This is clearly like a 30-year-old man. What is this? Why must they go through things like this? I mean, they were meant to become happy. I cherished them. I knew they were supposed to find happiness. And yet, it's all Mommy's fault. They all died because of him. So they all did die. Oh no. I gently placed the book on the desk. The so-called reality had taken place within its pages. Was still somewhat difficult for me to accept. What in the world is Mamiya anyway? And what's the story? Oh, so the world ending was the... Okay, no, it's ending their own world. I understand now. Sorry, I'm following. How did you find your first job, Natsume? Oh. As I stood there, with my head hung low, a girl in the library uniform called out to me. Ah! Judging by the look on your face, I'm assuming that direction of the story was rather difficult to ascertain. You get stories like this every now and then. Stories that leave room for many interpretations. Although, this is precisely why spectators like you are necessary. I say we've had a bit of curveball here. I can see myself reflected in the diligent-looking girl's glasses as she threw me a glance. It made me painfully aware that this was now my reality. My name was Natsume, the very same man who was being mourned. I recalled dying once. The next thing I knew, I somehow found myself in this place. Is this the complicated names place? I must say that I'm surprised. There's never been a case of a person who had memories from before they became a spectator. With a smile that seemed to say, and that's why no one ever remembers their real names, the women reached for a nearby pot. I watched as a madder red liquid slowly filled a fancy teacup, making steam lazily rise into the air. The woman motioned for me to take a sip. As I did, the rich scent, I'm being poisoned again, and the black tea immediately calmed my nerves. It's a combination of Baldur's Gate and Final Fantasy that are making me think that literally everything I drink in a game is poisoning me. I think in Baldur's Gate, literally every single drink I had in that game poisoned me. It's also extremely rare to get your own story at your first job. I was surprised myself. I never would have imagined... this music is far different. Imagine the world I lived in was like this, inside a book. Well, you see, the people living there know nothing about the existence of this world. Ironically, they may unearth ruins of ancient underground cities, yet never find out about the kingdoms in the sky. I put the cup in the saucer and took a great look around. There's a collection of the bookshelves that seemed to go without end. They reached into the sky, and the ceiling was so high up I couldn't actually see where they ended. It felt as though this place was an amalgam of all the libraries in the world. Congratulations, you've chosen from countless other souls to become a spectator. Still don't know what that means, but alright. The first time I'd heard that, I could barely process it. I thought I had died, but I ended up waking up in a place like this. It made me seriously question whether or not the entire situation, including my own death, was nothing more than a strange dream. Having said that, I couldn't even remember how I died. When I opened the book, it started with my own funeral. I even knew some of the attendees. Natsume looks way older than all the other people. I see he's also doing the cardigan with coat deal, but yeah. And now I remember it again. Was he wearing all the coat? Because he has he has a shirt, he has a cardigan, he has a suit coat, then he has another he has so many coats. And I remembered it again. The tragic fate that befell someone I cherished from the bottom of my heart. You mustn't lose heart. Miss Librarian. I realize how awfully unfortunate it is. I realize how awfully unfortunate it must be to still retain memories from your past life. I have to admit, our Lord can surely be mischievous at times. Thanks for the consideration. Honestly though, I don't know if I'm really cut out for this. Just knowing I'd have to witness their deaths over and over again, there's hardly need to worry. I'm certain you'll do a splendid job. The woman placed down her empty cup and looked at me with eyes full of confidence. Remember, you've been chosen for a reason. To save them, obviously. The room you were in a short while ago will serve as your private quarters. I do believe that's already been given to you a general explanation of how this faculty is, right? Yes, thank you very much. I must say, though. Yes? This place is almost like heaven. She had explained to me how people live here. From the private rooms of the spectator and the lavish resting area, everything about the place was wonderful. I was especially intrigued by the cafeteria. Although we technically didn't need to eat, we were still supplied with food for recreational purposes. The peace and comfort I had never known in life was readily accessible here. Back when I was alive, I thought the happiest place in the world was under my warm sheets. This place blew everything I'd known out of the water. While here, a wealth of wisdom, pleasure, bliss will be at your fingertips. As one of the chosen, you can have it all. And finally, allow me to introduce you to your work area. Wow. This room is central, the work of the spectators and libraries alike. Try not to stray too far, lest you risk getting lost. I'm sorry. You need to be. Make sure to steer clear of the darkness, however. Get too close and you won't be able to come back. It's like, here's our library, it's never ending. Just don't go for the door of darkness, or else lest you'll be consumed by the darkness itself. It's like, maybe we shouldn't have a door to the darkness? It's like, nah, it's necessary. First, I chilled down my spine. Took another look around as she led me onward and saw books. Books as far as the eye could see. The passage between the bookshelves felt like they could go on forever. A single wrong turn, I would leave you trapped in here forever. How do you reach the books that high? That's what we librarians are for. The fact that she actually heard my silly mutter made me blush. What is it to call us? Should you need to rise, we'll always bring you the materials you need for your job. What is my job? This is like real life, and I'm like, what am I doing at my job? Of course, we always help you if you find yourself lost. Right. I feel like it wouldn't be too long until I need help. Do you manage all these? Yes, though since the numbers keep growing without end, there are ones even I don't know about. I'd imagine so. I saw the books placed next to each other. They seem almost identical at first glance. It's strange. It's supposed to be my first time here, yet something about the place feels almost nostalgic. Oh, but that's unnatural. Humans used to be here before you acquired your bodies. I was? Yes, human beings with... Humans are beings with a creator, and as such, they are bound to pass through the world in the heavens. In order to manifest beings of flesh, you must also pass the river of oblivion. That's why people down below don't remember the existence of this world. I see, that would explain the odd feeling of nostalgia. Normally as people become spectators, they cross the river once more, which leaves me wondering why you still retain your memories. I suppose there are exceptions in every world. Shockingly, I touched the spine of the book at my eye level. So this book chronicles the entire life of a person from human history? Indeed, it does. It contains all the established historical truths. Historical truths, despite the sheer amount of books in there. I had learned my fair share about the world as a student, but even still, this amount seemed excessive. There exists more than a world, you see. There exists more than one world, you see. You might not have known them, but there are many of them. If not more, then there are stars in the sky. You mean parallel worlds. She took one of the books and gave me a smile. And I think that's our hint that we're going to a parallel world to save our friends. In some worlds, certain worlds never come to pass. Others are inhabited by radically different types of animals. Many of these books can't even be imagined by someone from your world. You're saying there are worlds like the ones we see in fantasy novels and such? Indeed, although the fact alone holds little significance in your case, considering they're not the worlds you'll be responsible for. The histories and culture of these worlds are slightly different, but their numbers are many, making it impossible for us to record all the events that occur within them. I'm assuming that's where spectators come into the picture, right? She turned around to face me. You look exhausted. Want to have a seat? I am exhausted. I've already explained your job as spectator. I imagine the repeated observations gave you some new questions, so I'll explain it over again. Please do. Please. People tend to like my explanations due to being too verbose. So, instead, I prepared an easy-to-digest song. You did? And I think that's a good little cliffhanger header there. So next time we'll be listening to that song. Remember, guys, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. Support us. Get us subscribers. The views will come naturally. The subscribers are hard, but but the story has taken quite a turn from everyone being alive to everyone being dead. So I guess we'll continue our afterlife adventures next time. Bye. This is going such a strange direction, isn't it?